Hi guys, sorry, I'm taking up the camera. Give me 1 second here. I know there's a way to do something, but I can't figure it out. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, yo. I'm trying to figure something out. Okay, I don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out later. Because I know you can get rid of that thing, but it's fine. Okay. And we are live. You connected to my radio? Oh, I was going to kill you.
I don't know how to.
Good. Okay. How's it going, guys? I'm here with Joel. Joel family. I was talking to Joel earlier. Sorry. I'm here with Joe and Jill. Eric is currently on his trucking job, so he's not going to be here today. Yeah. You want to start us out?
What have you been up to?
Oh, not much. Being bored. Joe doesn't do much in her life.
Well, you just took a trip recently.
Yeah, it was alright. I didn't do much.
Yeah.
Besides staying up until 8 o'clock in the morning playing Resident Evil. Some Call of Duty with my cousin. Well, you and your freaking mini straws.
Yes, I went inside and got me a straw.
That's why it took so long. How's your day, Joe?
It's pretty good. I didn't do much.
I figured. Well, probably should get started then, huh?
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about today?
We were talking. Now I know this might be like a hard topic for some people out there.
Yeah.
And stuff to talk about this, but we need to talk about it. I think we need to. It's been a big thing at our high school lately, and I know it's going to offend a lot of you due to the fact of some of your kids may have died and stuff. But we're going to talk about like school shooters and stuff. Now I'm not here to like offend you guys talking about it.
But we might.
We need to, we might. It's literally called might be offended, but we need to talk about it because it is.
It's not even school shootings that we're going to talk about.
No, it's about everything wrong with school. That's literally what I put in the title. Everything that's wrong with school. So who wants to start us out?
Well, let's talk about what happened recently at your school.
Oh yeah, Jill, you know more about it than I do.
I kind of do.
I don't know anything about it. I wasn't there.
Monday, actually, this Monday, this week, there was a lot of fights. 2 kids got their nose broken. One was my cousin, actually, and then the other one was a dude, which, I mean, he kind of did deserve it, but the guy got beat up really bad because he was talking too much shit and was just... He was just saying a lot of stuff, and they were in a physics ed class where you learn about like the body and sex and all that stuff. And so that happened, and then the other girl, she actually got her jaw also got broken. Her head got slammed into a sink, and then she also got jumped again by another girl, and she got her nose broken. And then there was actually a stabbing that happened after school in the parking lot. And then today, we got a lot of threats that we were going to have a gang and shooters coming in here. And actually, a kid got suspended for having a gun on him near like lunchtime when I was in my 3rd period class. He got pulled in and they searched him, and he got suspended for having a gun on him. So yeah, fun.
So how does that make you feel going to that school? Like, what does your school do to help you feel safe?
Our school, actually, they sent an email to all of the parents saying that we were going to be safe. And that
Would you be amazed if I can get that email right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said there was no knives and there was no guns coming into that school. Well, those kind of proved it wrong. And there's a lot of videos.
Because didn't they send that after the
stabbing? Actually, they sent it last night.
After the stabbing occurred.
The day after, because so many people were talking about it at school. when yet everyone already knew about it because of all the videos that are going around. And then they're like trying to make it to where like the parents will be calm, people will be going to school, they won't have to close down school. So then we would have to have more days to school. So to be honest, after that email, it kind of upsetted me after they literally
We're trying to cover their tracks.
expelled someone for having a gun today.
Right.
And there was supposed to be more than one person.
Right.
Only the one person got caught. And there was going to be more coming into the school when it started. So who knows? I don't know when it was going to start, but it had to have been during the end of the day probably. Or they were planning on doing it in the beginning and they decided not to. And the kid already had the gun on him or something.
Can you not hit the table?
Sorry. I'm not meaning to hit the table. But no, I feel like since that happened, I feel unsafe there. I was like, Mom, can I be called out tomorrow? And I was like, if not, it's cool. I'll go. Jared's going, so I'll go.
Right.
I'll go if he
Okay.
goes.
I got the email here. Took me a little bit to get it because my phone was not working like it should have. So this is the email that they sent out to us, to the parents, after everything happened. Give me 1 second, you guys, and I'll read it here, you guys. If it says our school, I'm not going to read the full thing of our school because it does. I can see it right now, but I will say high school because it is a high school. But yeah, here we go. I'm not going to say the principal's name either because I don't want to get in trouble with him. Okay, it says December 5th of 2023. Dear parents and guardians of the high school, I almost said it. This message is to inform our parents about the events from yesterday and today and dispel any rumors we have been made aware of and inaccurates and wanted to share truthful information. Yesterday there were 2 physical altercations that happened in a short period of time. Due to the timing, a hold was called in our building to place students and staff in their classrooms and allow admins to sort out the events in order to maintain safety. Neither of these altercations involved a weapon or weapons. A hold is the first phase of our standard response protocol. During this phase, students will clear the hallways and remain in rooms or an area until the all cleared is announced. Adults during this phase close and lock the door, account for all students. Everyone does their business as usual in our hold phase. Today, a comment was made by a student caused several students to become concerned about the presence of a weapon here again. High school admin evaluated the situation promptly, determined the source, and that this was not a credible threat. We hope that this helps you to understand both situations. We place students and staff safely as primary priority. We also hope to keep open lines of communication open with our parents and guardians. Sincerely,
Our principal.
our principal, high school principal.
The only
We
thing-
know for sure that there was a stabbing because it was.
Yeah.
It was, first of all, it was in
A public
the
place.
public place, and they're in critical condition. The person that got stabbed, and so for them to say that there was no weapon is ridiculous.
And for them, after they found the gun today on someone, they didn't put us on a hold. That could have put us all in danger. But they also didn't want to freak us out anymore. But that also could have put us in danger because who knows, he could have grabbed it, shot them or something.
Right.
So we were in a tough situation right there too. I mean, this isn't our first time because when I was in 7th grade, we had a threat, and right when it was about to happen, he wasn't in school, he got called out, but it was about to happen that day, but people called in because we all knew who it was. I'm not going to say names because I'm not going to be that type of person, but we all knew who it was. We all told them who it was, and we called him right when he was about to do it.
Right.
So they came in at a good time. But it was when I was only in 7th grade. He was only in whatever grade.
I didn't go that day.
Yeah. But to know that our schools don't really do much about it, they hear it and they say that we're safe, it kind of puts us like, are we actually? Because you guys can't search us all when we walk into the door. Like, oh, search them. Like
Well, some schools do.
Well, we were supposed to get a metal detector right in the middle of the doorway, but so many people voted not to, like all the parents.
Do you think that would be
Well,
helpful?
it's also illegal.
Yeah, it's also illegal too. I feel like,
There's schools that have metal detectors.
yeah.
Well, it's gonna go off every time I walk through the door. So I have my belt, my wallet. my
All of
keys.
our keys, yeah, all of our wallets.
So I
Almost,
know that there's schools in California that have metal detectors.
almost everyone is
California's
going to
a
get
legal state,
searched because almost everyone at that high school drives, no matter their age. Because
Yeah,
of
but you
the-
put it in a little bucket thing.
True, but we weren't gonna get the bucket thing. They were literally just gonna put metal detectors. They wouldn't have the bucket because then it would have taken forever for everyone to get in.
I think honestly though, if you bring a gun to school, you should be automatically expelled.
Yeah,
Of
I'm
course.
pretty sure he did get expelled
Of course.
because
Because like,
people kept saying he only got suspended. No, he definitely
yeah,
got
if you bring a
expelled.
gun to school, like, okay, so I'm not gonna say names, but I know you know him. He was dropping off his little sister or whatever, and a gun fell out of his truck at the school ground, and he got expelled from the high school.
Yeah,
Because you're not even allowed to have a gun on school property. Even
That's
if it's
like
not
when my
hunting gun.
dad. So my dad runs a food truck, and when we have to do a catering job for the school, we can't. We have to take every gun out of any truck that we have.
Right.
and you don't
Because you
know.
can't carry on.
You can't.
Yeah.
Unless if you have a really special permit. There's a special permit that you can buy to carry on school ground.
Yeah,
But it's outrageous amount of money or something.
that would be a lot of money. I don't know. What do you think? Do you feel safe? I mean, I know you. You'll just be like, take me.
Well, I'm gonna throw chairs.
You'll be like fighting with them. I know that.
I'm gonna try.
You'll try your best. I mean, I would too, but like, if I can and I don't got nothing around me,
Here, let me ask this. If I'm buying body armor, do you think I feel safe?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, he's planning on
I'm
buying.
buying body armor that's like $700, and I'm gonna wear it every single day.
Do you think there's anything that they can do to help make it safer?
Not really. Just be like, hey. I feel like parents should know if their kids.
See,
are doing
that's
something.
the thing though. I feel like, I mean, Joe is a parent, but I feel like parents don't pay enough attention to their child. Like they don't ask enough questions to their kid. Be like, hey, how's your day going? Because like I say fine all the time.
Right.
My
My
parents
parents just
don't.
go okay. Like they don't actually like sit me
Know
down and
what's
go
really going
like
on.
how is you? Yeah, like they don't ask. They're just like okay.
Yeah, my parents don't like that too, but his are. Mine aren't. His
Like,
ask
if
me all the
I think
time.
if parents got more involved in the kid's life, there'd probably be less more
But do kids let you be more involved? Because when your parents ask you how, like you just responded, you're like if your parents like, hey, how was your day, and you say fine.
It's because some of us are used to like me with my family. I can't really say much because when I do, they think I'm back talking because of the way I talk, or like I'm upset, or I don't want to speak to them, or I'm trying to, or I'm lying to them when I'm not, and that's just how I talk to people. So I feel like it's just them and how teenagers are. And especially after coming home from school, we're gonna have like a little bit of attitude because of everything that goes on.
Well, it's the same thing like when a parent gets off of work.
Yeah,
Like I feel like kids think that when you're a grown up, you have everything figured out and you're just supposed to put off all your shit.
yeah,
And parents think the kids are supposed to put off all their shit. But really it's like you just got off work, you're stressed out, the kid just got out of school, they're stressed out, and you both just have to realize that you guys both have your shit, but you still are there for each other.
yeah. And then you have to think kids overthink too much and think more about it, more in depth about it.
But so do parents. Because I know I do.
Because I think about
So-
stuff for like a whole week.
Matt Rye, the comedian, was like, yeah, I do school shooter jokes or whatever, and he did one, and he said that this girl came up to him and goes, how do you feel like if it was your kid that was like involved or like died in the school shooter joke? And he was like, honestly, I would still make jokes, hell yeah, but like I can live up to it, you know? Like he was like, yeah, I can
Right.
still make jokes, like
I mean, yeah, so could I, but I wouldn't like go more into like so like hardcore that it would hurt me.
Yeah, but he's a comedian though.
Yeah.
It's his job to
It's
make
kind
people
of
laugh.
his job, yeah.
I understand that side of it. I couldn't do it, but I get it.
Well, here's the problem. So I want to become a state trooper, and our state troopers have to respond to any school incident. So does sheriff, so does PD. First one's on scene are PD because they're closer. But like, I was telling her, I was like, if our kid becomes a school shooter, I might have to be the one to put him down,
Right.
and that's gonna be my own like person to shoot.
I feel like I would definitely.
They don't.
Sure.
Okay,
Our
let
kid
me
wouldn't be a
point this
school
out
shooter.
now that I've said that, because most of you are gonna be like, they don't actually try to shoot the kid if they don't have to. They try to de-escalate it, but if the kid points the gun at them, they're gonna open fire.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I would.
They don't want to kill them. They want to de-escalate it to get them in cuffs and actually figure out why they did it. They don't automatically just be like, boom, you're dead. Like, they don't want to. They really don't want to.
I feel like just like at the end of the week, I feel like parents and like their kids should all just sit down, play games, like his family does, and just talk about
Yeah.
school and work. And not just sit
100%.
there and play games and laugh and just be like, hey, this happened this week.
I
Or
agree.
this is going on.
That's how you get that time to.
That's why I'm not so close with my parents. We used to always play like games all the time, and then we grew up and they were like, they thought that we don't want to play it anymore. It's not that we don't want to play it, it's just that we're tired because every single like 10 minutes they got up to go outside.
Right.
And
Just smoke.
yeah, to smoke.
Right.
So we were kind of tired of that. And then they were trying to quit and then like completely stopped trying to quit.
Right.
So that kind of upset all of us. And I have this aunt who lives in Kansas who has been trying so hard to help them to stop, and they just won't.
Right.
Just for their health, because every day my mom is getting sicker and sicker, and she doesn't realize what it is, but yet she also needs to realize how much she smokes.
Right.
She says that she started like backing up on how much she does, and they were limiting themselves to 1 pack per 2 weeks. That didn't work. They ended up buying 3 cartons the next week.
Right.
I was like, seriously?
There is
Yeah.
a fly in here, and that's gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah. Communication
I haven't
with the
even
kids
noticed
is huge.
I hear it hidden in the line.
I usually notice flies.
And it starts with the parents for sure.
Yeah. I feel like some parents just block their kids out completely. They'd be like,
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this to everyone that's watching. If you're a kid watching this, do not say that you're gonna shoot up the school, and don't do it, because
they're all people out.
you will lose every gun in your house. And I'm not just talking a little bit of guns. You will lose them all, and then your parents also get their license revoked to buy any firearms due to the fact that you made a threat that you're going to shoot the school.
Especially if they like hunting, they won't be able to go hunting at all.
Because they can't even get a rifle due to the fact of your kid, decided that
Even if
or
they
talk
go-
about shooting up the school.
Even if they go to a different
So
town.
the person that talked about shooting up our school has lost every firearm, and he can't buy one for about 3 or 4 years because now he's a felon.
Every single 5 of them, yeah. There's 5 of them.
So good luck
I
buying
don't
a
know.
firearm. I guess
We
every
kind of
single
went
one.
off topic. But okay.
It's still on the same topic.
Kind of.
So, anyway, how would you feel if your kid was involved?
Either one of them.
If they brought a gun to school or if they shot
Yeah, like both.
guilty.
One of them, one person said that they, I think it was Eric that you were telling me
Yeah.
that he said he would disown his kid,
Yeah, he would be
which I'd
done.
probably do the same thing because then I would lose all my guns.
He would be he would be done.
He loves his guns.
Well, I'm gonna be a state trooper, so I actually have to carry one every day.
I think that I would have so much guilt because I would feel like I did something. Like I wasn't there for them.
You
What did I
something wrong
do?
as a parent,
For me to, I'm not saying I would support them, but I would show up to that hearing. I would,
You gotta be ready. Okay, so you have to be ready because parents could sue you.
Yeah.
oh,
There's a lot of parents that will sue their parent of the child that did the school shooting.
oh yeah,
And I understand, but not everybody has
Money.
the access or money to do what you do to your kid.
I wouldn't support. I wouldn't be like, oh, my kid deserves. I'd be like, they need to have every single thing given to them, handed to them. They need all that.
Like you should be able to say no to your kid, but like think about it. Some kids don't have enough money to even pay their water bill or go out and get like ice cream and just talk.
Right.
Like people don't have that luxurious that like some other people have.
Right.
Even just sitting down having dinner with your kid, honestly, will make your kid's day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually say something about my personal life. And when I was in eighth
God,
grade,
for once?
I actually set a trash can on fire at my school. I was getting bullied a lot.
And what if your parents like disowned you for that, or said like, my kid doesn't act like that, you know?
My mom did say that because in front of my parents, I act totally different than I used to at school. Because before I met him, I used to do a lot of things that I kind of regret and I wish I didn't do. But I set that fire because I was getting bullied. I was who I am now. I was dating this guy and he was very toxic. And then out of nowhere, he was like, you know what, you're the one being toxic. And I was like, I'm not even doing anything. And then he broke up with me. And then it was actually a week after he broke up with me. His friends and him, after he broke up with me, they were all bullying me. And I had like nowhere to go to or talk to anyone about it because I don't really like talking to people about stuff. Not really even him, but I have been.
I have to force her to talk to me.
He does. I don't even go to my mom or usually. I haven't though, ever since she started getting really sick. But no, I set it on fire because I was done and I didn't want to be there. And I figured, you know what? Maybe it'll show people not to mess with me. Show them that I'm not the person that they think I am.
Right. She acts all big and tough. She's like my little fluffy rabbit.
I do. I asked who I act like all big and tough.
Thank you for the subscriber.
I act all big and tough at school, and then I'm like at home with him, and
she's like a little cute little fuzzy little rabbit.
And that's the hard thing with asking that question. Like, see where you were in your like mental status. Like, what if mental health has something to do with it?
Oh yeah,
it definitely does.
Yeah, because like most kids that get bullied, more than likely will shoot up a school.
Right.
Or have like slowly decreasing mental health.
That's why my mental health was so low.
Everyone misses did everyone miss the signs? Where was everybody? There's counselors, there's teachers, there's parents.
Like if I have a kid, I want my kid to be able to come and tell me, be like, I need therapy. I'll be like,
right.
Okay. Well, and I'll give them therapy, or they can talk to me, or talk to.
But sometimes,
at the time, hopefully,
like my child. She has huge anxiety. She has huge depression. We've done therapy. She's on anxiety pills. And even the therapist is like, if she's not willing to talk, there's no point in her coming. Like, as a parent, sometimes it's like, what the fuck do I do? Like,
yeah.
That's why what I have to do sometimes with him is I have to type it out. I have to type out what's wrong. He literally made me a mood.
Hold on.
A mood doc.
I'll show him.
For whenever.
And see, she writes.
Yeah. So what you can do.
Maybe you should try this with your daughter.
What you could do is always if you can notice something, don't just be
so
hey.
I made this for Jill, and basically I print it off, and she fills it out, and it's a Google form. She basically enters the date, her mood, what mood she's in, reason for the mood, and then how to get out of the mood that she's in. And then I scan them. I don't have any currently on my computer because the date is new. So, but starting now, I'm going to start scanning them into my computer so that way I can go back and see every change in her moods and stuff.
I might actually, since I started doing that, for some odd reason, after I had my birthday, after I turned the age I am now, I've actually been quite happier, to be honest. I don't know what's the difference.
I could make one. I could sit down with you and try to make one before.
But I don't know. I feel like she just needs something like that, and then just be like, hey, and if that don't help, just be like, hey, type it out. I'm gonna be here no matter what it is. Just type it out.
Right.
I won't judge you for it, and we can sit down and talk about it. And
See,
if
like-
you don't want to sit down and talk about it, I'll type it out, because that's what I have to do with my mom sometimes.
Right.
Because whenever me and my mom get
My
into
brother,
like,
my brother's got the lucky side.
whenever me and my mom would get into like a heated argument, I would always type these out, be like, "Hey, I'm sorry. This is what's wrong. This is what's going on." And then she would just be like, "Do you want to sit and talk, or do you want me to write it out?"
Right.
And you do, and I decide if I'm comfortable with talking about it in person or not.
Right. That's a good idea.
And I feel like that kind of helped mine and her relationship build and get better, because it was so bad when after I got into 5th grade and got up to high school.
Right.
See, my brother can talk to my mom with no problem. Like, my brother will walk up to my mom and go, "We need to talk," and then they go in their room and lock the door or whatever, or go for a drive. I can't do that.
Mm-mm.
I don't open up to people.
He don't even open up to me hardly ever.
See, and I'm
Amen.
And he wants me to open up to him.
Yeah, well, you need it more than I do.
Yeah.
I'm very open, and I'm very like I like to communicate and just like let's just get it all out there and let's communicate about it. And
Yeah, you just have to realize not
Yeah.
everyone's like
See, I'm like,
that.
Exactly.
I'm honestly, the way I think about it is I think I'm more like Kevin Hart.
yeah,
Like, let shit float in the air and disappear. Like, I don't
Right.
want to talk about it. Like, just let it, put it up
Yeah,
there and let it
Eric's-
float away.
Eric's really communicative too.
Which is surprising, to be honest.
He actually is. He likes to hash it out right then and there and communicate about it. But then he's done.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about it. This is my point, and I'm right because I'm always right. So I'm right. And then I will still be thinking about it and processing it. And so, like, an hour later, I'll be like, he's like, "Nope, we've already talked about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's done."
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
go on
been
about
there.
it for like weeks and months with Jared.
No, I just need like a
Yeah, she
day.
does.
I just need like a day. But Eric's like,
Wait, your grandma got me something for Christmas?
Yeah, so did my mom. I'm pretty
What?
sure.
I did not know about this.
That's also what took me so long. My grandma called me.
I am
yeah,
scared.
you took forever.
Yeah, you honestly did.
I had to run in and
Can
find a
you give
straw.
me a hint what it is?
Stuff that you like.
I like a lot of things. It could be porn magazines.
It could-
I love it.
It could be
I'm just
something
kidding.
about state
It's not
trooper, firefighter,
Hopefully
State
it's firefighter
Patrol.
stuff because that test should be coming soon again.
Are
hunting,
you gonna take the test
fishing.
again?
I am gonna take the
That's
test.
awesome.
He said he'll call me when it's ready, and I'll be like, yeah. I'm hoping none of the freaking answers change. I remember some of them. I'm coming for you.
I don't know. That's what also took me the longest, because I was getting in the truck and then my phone started ringing and I was like, "Is this Jaren? I better answer." And then I looked at my phone. Who actually called me? It was my grandma. She was like, "Hey, what is Jaren like?" And I was like, "State patrol, firefighter, mostly state patrol and firefighter." And then he also likes hunting a lot and fishing sometimes. I don't know. I guess we'll see what she gets.
I do like hunting still, but I don't know. I just don't do it more often.
It's
Anyways,
not your
we're getting
passion.
off. We're getting off topic so
we
bad.
are.
That was your guys' fault.
Sorry.
I blame that all on her.
My head just ran. Sorry. My
She
head
has,
just
she has
ran.
ADHD. I have ADHD too, but mine is a different ADHD. Mine is a desire to do dumb shit every day.
Mine is everything.
Yeah. literally.
And then I don't know. My head just got up to it because I didn't want to forget about it, and I just remembered it because I forgot
Okay.
about it when I walked.
Anyways, oh wait, I'm commenting. Oh, that's Eric. Okay.
What do you say?
He said hi guys. Hi Eric. Aren't you supposed to be driving? Anyways, so we had a talk that should teachers carry guns in school back in Adams. We were in math class.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanic. That's all I'm gonna say. I made it stop. I made it to my stop for the night. Okay. But so we talked about should teachers or like the principals or whatever carry firearms. Well, then he made this saying that says like pretend like it's in my pocket, right? And like I'm having a conversation with a student, and he goes, "Now if I reach down into my pocket like this, you're gonna think I'm threatening you because my hand is near my firearm."
Right.
I feel
And
like
he's like, so that's why we can't. But like, admin's like, they're admins. They should be able to carry firearms due to the fact of high schools only have their school resource officers usually outside the building, where like elementaries they don't have a cop anywhere nearby,
They should.
I feel like at like every
and they're the
single-
ones that are most likely going to get hit due to the fact of they really can't protect themselves.
Right.
I feel like at every school, elementaries, preschools, everywhere, I feel like they should have a gun and like a safe.
Or just
That's
hire
like
a
an
security guard.
easy-
Yeah, everyone should have a
Access.
security
Or
guard.
just hire a security guard from the North Platte Police Department or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but those also cost a lot of money, and not a lot of schools can get that.
No, just hire people. Like instead of filling out like a job application,
Yeah.
for the PD, you would do it for security positions, not
True.
for being an officer.
Right.
I mean, they could still carry a gun though and tasers, but like
Yeah. And
less
then,
resources basically.
however big the school is, I feel like you should have more, especially at like high
Because
school.
I don't know
and
if you know
colleges.
this, Joe. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of people at our school that stare at officers Johnson's gun.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
a lot.
I see them, but
But here's
his
the
gun is
problem.
also pretty cool though. I like his gun.
I mean, I stare at it, but it's not because I want to take it. It's due to the fact that I want to be in that career field.
Yeah.
But he should really have an unmarked in the parking lot and not a marked unit, because the first thing that someone's going to do if they really want to shoot up the school is get rid of him
Yeah.
due to the fact that they know he's there and he's the
Yeah.
only one in the building with a gun.
I feel like he should go and park. You know where the
Or
behind
park
the
in
bleachers.
park in the alley or something.
Yeah,
that way
behind the
the car's
bleachers.
hidden or in an unmarked or like one of the CID vehicles. Because if you see the PD unit out front, you'll be like, okay, well apparently there's a cop in the building, so we got to take down him first, and then we can do whatever we need to.
Do you know what we're talking about? Like
Yeah.
behind the bleachers.
God, we're
There's like a
planning.
gate that opens.
I just want you all to know we are sitting here basically planning right now.
We could literally make a
we're
whole high school.
we're helping them probably.
We could literally make a whole high school and just hire teachers and security guards.
I think this like okay, so I don't know like what teachers actually like have to train through, but I feel like they should get training on like how to deal better with school shooters.
I know.
There are trainings like that available to
Like they should
teachers.
take like fighting classes or like safety arm classes.
Well, the thing is, some teachers do, but not a lot of them do it because they feel like, oh, I don't think I should be able to read this.
or like you said, like
Maybe
you
like
don't
if
know
it's-
what's going to happen at that school.
I've seen that they have groups come in and teach skills to classes and teachers in certain areas in
Yeah.
certain towns.
I mean, there is a lot of
locking it
teachers.
safe.
There is a lot of teachers at our school that I feel like would do a good job at keeping like a shooter away from us. But I feel like,
There's some that don't even try.
yeah,
Let's-
I feel like there's some that won't even try, and that they'll be like, here, I'm already old enough.
Right.
I don't got kids, whatever. But we've gotten a lot of new teachers this year, the past 2 years.
Yeah, we have.
And then one of our teachers had to either quit herself or they were gonna fire her. And it was
For being racist
yeah. And the sad thing is
She
that
said the
And that's the
N-word.
thing, like,
to a black dude.
do we really want all the teachers to have a gun? When
I wouldn't do all of them. I would do
I feel
like
like
I would do like the admins, like the principals and the office, because
The
here's the thing,
counselors.
the counselors. But not every teacher needs one due to the fact that they're gonna be locked in a room anyways, and their job is to protect their kids.
in the
And then here's another thing about schools. This is another thing that's wrong with them. You should not have to confirm if there's a school shooter in the building.
and I feel like and we have like
If you
this
hear gunshots, you should not have to confirm that there is someone in the building with a gun. Call the
Yeah.
cops, get them there. That's what cops are made to do. They're supposed to secure buildings and make sure that there's nothing wrong.
and I'll be on the intercom like, hey, you guys need to lock out of sight.
Yeah, because if a
Because
school
that takes
shooter,
up like
if a school
5
shooter
minutes.
is smart, you could take down the office before they call a lockdown, and then guess what? Other people aren't going to know it's a lockdown.
I know, I was thinking about that earlier. I feel like, okay, especially our counselors, because they also have, I get it, they could also, because I feel like shooters would start with the downstairs. They wouldn't think about, oh, we should start
Well, it depends. Are
upstairs.
they already in the building though? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's a
but-
student and their class is upstairs, they would start upstairs. But if
True.
it's like a random person walking in the building from the front door,
and I feel like that balcony right there where the counselors are, they can just shoot.
you know who should have a gun first? So you know how our building's made. The person
The-
that like, sits
at
at the
the-
front desk
Yeah.
in the hallway or whatever when you walk through the
when
front
you
door.
walk in and you have to check in.
Yeah, but make sure it's on a safe or like something easy to like get to. That way they can't grab it.
Yeah, like they have like this bag that
Yeah,
only
and
sits
whoever
there.
sits there has to be trained within like firearm or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. Almost every teacher sits there.
Not
They
every
switch
teacher.
them out
Every
class
term.
period.
Not every period.
Every period, yeah.
It's the
every
ones that
period.
have planning periods that time.
Yeah,
But not
So-
every teacher has a planning period.
every
Anymore.
period a teacher gets switched into there, and then every quarter they get switched.
Yeah, but they could just hire a security person.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, that too.
that's what
we were talking
that's what
about.
the hospital did. They had the
They
PD
kinda
just
have
now started a new program where there is always a police officer at the hospital then,
Yeah.
along with the security guard.
I think that would make the school a lot safer.
I feel like I would feel safer if we had more police officers. To be honest, we
Yeah, but
only
that's a lot
have
of
one.
resources though. That's a lot of resources though.
We only have one, and you do realize how
Yeah,
big
but I
that
give him a lot of
school
credit.
is?
Yeah, but I give him a lot of credit
It doesn't
because
have
he
to
was
be-
in the army. He
It
was in
doesn't
the
have to
Navy
be a police officer. It could be
Anything.
a security.
or a bouncer
Someone who's trained with a firearm and is eligible to
or someone out of the military like
take them down.
our cop. He's out of the military. I
Yeah.
think he's made one of the branches. I don't remember which one. I think it's Navy.
I still
or
can't
Marine.
believe that one girl that
Or like
tried
a
to
volunteer
sue him.
program that like people that are experts.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be
Get a
awesome.
volunteer program going.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is that one girl that tried to sue our officer at our high school by making a false complaint that he choked her when she was in handcuffs. When you could obviously tell that those were not his handprints.
They were too
because
small.
those were so small. It literally looks
She,
like a
like, choked
little
herself?
girl choked herself. They were
And
like
cops
minor
don't
variant
choke you
size.
when you're in handcuffs. They just slam you to the ground. They won't
Yeah.
choke you unless if you're out of handcuffs causing a threat to their life.
Yeah.
Like
And then she was like, "Oh my god, I wasn't even doing anything. I was just standing there."
they're not gonna choke you for no reason.
Yeah, I'm
They
like,
have to have a
seriously,
reason
you
because
could
they have to
easily
fill out
tell.
they have to fill out a PC, which if you guys don't know what a PC is, it's probably a COD sheet. And I've seen them fill it out, and it's a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
I can't.
I've seen it. It's a lot that you actually have to answer and like type out. It's a lot.
I'm actually pretty sure she lost that court case, to be honest, because with that picture, you can easily tell.
Probably.
If you literally matched up his hand within that picture, it wouldn't even match. And if you matched up hers or one of her friends, they would probably match. Or it was like an abusive period or something.
So I've only lived here for 3 years. I've only lived in our town for 3 years. I've
We're getting a
heard,
new Mexican restaurant. Sorry. I saw it on the news. I'm sorry. It's like Luna's like Mexican restaurant, and we're just getting one. And honestly, they don't even sound pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I just saw it on the news.
I've heard that there is a lot of like gang presence in our town. Is that true? Like, do you see it in the high school?
Yeah. I do. Also doesn't help I was mostly friends with
And does
those
that
type of people.
have anything to do with the fights? And is it like actual like gang
So
or is it
she has an intern at the PD, but I have, and there is a lot of like people in our school. People like where we live doesn't have many gangs, and I rode with a lot of cops. There's so many gangs here,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like GTA gangs where if you go in their neighborhood, they're gonna shoot you for doing something. Like it's not like those neighborhoods. They're not gonna shoot you, and they're not gonna start a war. And we also have a biker gang here too.
Yeah.
No, I hate to tell you, there is gangs here, Eric. It's not wannabes. There are gangs here. I've rode with a bunch of cops. I've seen all of them.
And my family's part of actually part of the motorcycle gang. My whole family is. They actually came up with
I
it.
can tell you a gang member after the live stream and what vehicle she drives.
so?
It's unplanned.
Because I heard that's part of the reason why they did the whole separation of the middle school. Like that's why they have Adams.
Well, see, what we got heard, that reason that we got told was that
There was
the 8-year-olds, the 8th graders,
I was
the
told.
7th and the 8th graders are shoving the 6th graders into the lockers
I was told
on
there
their way to
wasn't
gym
enough
because the
room.
gym's over here and their like class would be over here, so they'd have to walk past the 6th to go to the gym, and they were shoving kids in the lockers. That's what we got told.
I was told.
See, I was
different.
told it was because like because they were combining the kids from across the tracks with these kids.
Yeah.
And across the tracks are where a lot of the gang members are, and so there was lots of fights and all that kind of stuff. So they wanted to only combine them
Well, you also
in
have to
one
think
grade.
how small that school was. So many people in that one school. And they were like, the main reason was because there was too many people.
Right.
So they wanted to move it. And
I hate to tell you, there are gangs here, Eric. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. There are gangs. I rode with cops. I've seen all of them.
he's just sitting here on here. There is. I'm
I
telling
hate
you.
to tell you, I've rode with every single cop, and they're like, "Hey, that's a gang, by the way."
I've never seen it, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
911 operator doesn't have to deal with gangs. He's not on the street, dude. He's not gonna tell the public that we have gangs either.
We're arguing with our co-host Eric right now, by the way.
Yeah, he's a co-host.
Yeah.
He's not here.
That's his typing.
Oh, he's the host, but he's
He's co-host. He's not here. He's a producer now because he's not here. So now you're co-host.
no.
Yep. She's still a photographer though, because she's. I'm gonna put you on the camera. Anyways,
My
What were we
camera's on my
talking
back.
what were we talking about?
Gangs.
Yeah. I guess this is about gangs.
I just didn't know if there was a lot of gangs.
Yeah.
There is a lot of wannabes though that want to be in a gang in our school. They literally sag their pants, and I watched this. I was telling Jill this in our gym class because there was a dude sagging his pants, and there's this meme on Facebook, and it's like a 5-year-old that walks up to this dude that's sagging his pants and goes, "My dad taught me how to pull mine up when I was 3. Are you still learning?"
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
a dude that's sagging his pants, and I was like, he's got a point, and it comes from prison. When you sag your pants, it comes from prison.
The funny thing is that dude actually kind of deserved it. Deserved what Jaron kind of said about it and everything
The
because
dude that was sagging his pants, let me point this out. If you're gonna sag your pants, do not do it in the pants that you sleep in. He was wearing like plaid, like
plaid pants, yeah.
they were like plaid, like
Pajama.
sleep pajama pants, and he was sagging it in our gym class. And I was like, "You're not even that cool. You look gay right now."
And to be honest, I kind of wish he tripped because when
Oh
you
my
were
god, that
gone,
would get funny. He was running backwards too.
okay, so when we were doing the ladder when you were gone, he was so close to me.
I believe it.
Literally,
Oh, I
our
believe
gym teacher literally said, "Back off of her."
Oh, I believe it.
I was like, "Bro,
I think our gym teacher, honestly,
he's actually pretty cool."
yeah, I think honestly he will protect the women in our gym class.
I mean, I was wearing the pants that I'm wearing now too, but he was still like back off.
Yeah,
And then he knows me and Jared are dating, so he doesn't.
it's
say
not that
it
hard
to
to
him.
tell.
Yeah, so he doesn't say it to
That's
him.
why he puts us together all the time. Do you realize that?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't say it to Jared, but every other guy, whenever Jared has not been there, and every single guy that has.
That's what I think.
So
I think
close.
he's protecting you when I'm gone,
Yeah.
which is awesome. I shout out.
So we talked about the guns. We talked about
Nice.
the knives. We talked about gangs in schools.
Yeah.
My life.
We talked about Jill's life.
We talked about your daughter.
Is there anything else that we want to talk about in schools? Because it's almost 8:30.
There's a lot of fentanyl going around our school right now.
Is there?
Yes,
I was
there
going to
is.
ask about drugs.
There is
in
a lot of
school.
fentanyl.
We actually.
When I interned with the PD, the DC asked me if I've heard anything about the fentanyl going around the school, and I was like, actually, I haven't.
Are they
But-
getting it from fentanyl patches or are
The
they?
dude that actually got suspended
No, like the pills.
the
the
pills?
other day for saying he's gonna shoot up the school was actually the one that was.
No, there's a lot more.
There's a lot more, but he was one of the main ones that was.
Yeah.
Passing it on.
And then, so an officer showed me of how much fentanyl will actually kill you. And
It's
like, you
not
know the
very
the
much.
point, the point on a pin.
Yeah, it's
If you do like that'll kill you.
one of my
And the
best
thing-
friends. She didn't die, but she overdosed on it.
Yeah. And you
And
can
it-
buy
and
Narcan
it-
online.
Yes.
Anybody can carry it, which everyone should.
The thing is, the dude in our gym literally talks about it so much. It's kind of obvious.
Yeah, there was one day he came in the gym and he's like, "Dude, if I got like piss test right now, I'd come back on meth and whatever." And I was like,
Meth and
"You shouldn't
fentanyl
be
and
saying
all
that
that
in
stuff.
school."
And
Oh
the
my
thing is,
gosh.
the teacher probably heard him.
Yeah, he's like, "Dude, if I
He
get,
says
get drug tested right now, I'm gonna pop up with like positive on meth, cocaine, and like."
Okay,
I was
so-
like, dude, you should not be saying that in school.
My old friends used to hang out with him so much. That's the main reason why I kind of wanted to stop hanging out with them. And then I met Jared, and then I completely stopped.
That's
That's
why
all he talked
I'm
about.
so scared about. Back in the day, if you're a kid and you're gonna have a drink at a party, Or if you're gonna do something at a party, it was like, okay, I trust you, be home by a certain time, have one drink, call me if you need me to pick you up.
That's not my
But
favorite.
now, someone can slip fentanyl in the weed, in the drinks.
Yeah, okay, so funny story about that.
And then
That's
your kid's dead and they didn't even know that they were taking any of it because it's mixed and it's not clean.
Yeah. Another thing that is also going on at school right now, again, is lice.
God damn.
Lice is going around at school again. They got rid of it.
I know
now
who
it's
started
started
it.
again.
I bet you I know who
Gross.
started it.
Anyways, what was your story?
My buddy, you know my buddy. He had a drug dealer, and his drug dealer got arrested because he was lacing his weed with like, I don't remember what he said, acid or something.
Yeah.
He was lacing it with another drug. He's like, damn.
Well, it's
And
serious.
they had no idea he was lacing it at all.
Exactly. Could you
Until
imagine
he got
your
arrested
kid,
for it.
you telling your kid, oh yeah, I don't care if you smoke pot, whatever, it's fine. And your kid dying after you told
Yeah.
them that it's fine that they smoke pot?
That's what my mom says. If I go to a party and drink and I get really drunk, they're like, call us because if you kill someone, you're going to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not bailing you out. You have to live with that for the rest of your life.
I feel like, especially like with our kids, I feel like I'm definitely going to be like.
Mine ain't gonna touch alcohol until he's 20. I'm
I feel
gonna raise
like,
my kids right, okay, Jill?
I feel like if I ever found out my kids was doing like those hardcore drugs, I feel like I would
I'd stick that bitch in the jail cell.
literally turn them in.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely.
Hey, you wouldn't have to go far to turn them in.
No, definitely not. I would literally just give it to him and be like, "There you go. Here's the stuff. Go." You already know
Yeah,
what's
you
going
wouldn't have to go
on.
that far to turn them in.
And what if you're not home and I find it? I'm
You just
literally
wait.
just gonna be sitting there, waiting, and our kid's not gonna be home, and I'm gonna be sitting like this, like mom.
You're gonna sit in the dark like one of those scary movies, waiting until I open the door and be like, I've been expecting you.
We need to talk about our kid. I found this and this and this in his room or her room. Take him to jail. Go find them. Track their phone.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be that type of parent if I found anything like that in my kid's
Oh,
room.
probably. I know you.
I would even give him the look, the mom look. I wouldn't be nice, definitely. I know for sure I won't spank my kids. My mom never even spanked me. She couldn't do it.
The first thing I'm gonna do with my kid is teach him how to shoot a firearm.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
I still remember the first time. I was
Oh yeah, I had to teach her how to shoot a firearm because she's never touched one.
I've never gone hunting. I was actually planning on asking Tony if I could go hunting with him this year.
Should go hunting.
But I was like, oh, I don't know, because they go out and I would have to miss so much school. Because they go
Can I
out.
let you shoot the 41 Forgotten? Or the Forgotten 41?
Well, the thing is, I was going to, and then I remembered, oh yeah, they also go while we're at school, and I have to be called
I
out.
could go after school. That's what we do.
No,
Me
they
and my
like, yeah, no. They like going, so then I would have to be called out of school.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just wait for next year when I don't have any classes with him, and you won't be there. I'll just be like, hey, can I go to the pool at
Go pew pew.
near your bucks? And the thing is, we keep all of our meat too. We process it and all that.
Yeah.
And
Most people do because, like, why pay the money for a butcher?
my grandpa makes good jerky.
So does my dad.
I tried to have you try my grandpa's jerky.
I don't need my dad. I'm sorry.
You literally
I told
put
you.
a little
I
in
told
it.
you to save me a piece, bro, and you ate it all.
Well, I'm sorry, it's that good.
Well, then I didn't get to try it because someone ate it all.
You could have reminded me and I could have grabbed a piece.
Okay, guys. Are we calling
I
it a
wish-
wrap?
Honestly.
I wish I could go back in time and like unteach her how to shoot a firearm.
Why? I can't shoot that very well.
Get a point. She doesn't know how to aim with a pistol yet.
I've also had practice after that.
Where?
I've been practicing with Tony
Mm-hmm.
when I went
Mm-hmm.
fishing.
Yeah, you want to shoot your Xbox when we get home? Oh wait, no, it's 8 o'clock already. We
Are we calling this a wrap?
can. Or we can keep going. I don't care.
You got
I know.
plans?
I ain't got nowhere
I
to
have nowhere to be.
be. Neither do I. I don't.
My hands are sweaty.
We could do an intermission if you really wanted to.
Cigarette break.
Yeah, we can. We usually do an intermission. We tell people that we do one so they can go get popcorn and stuff. And then Eric's like, no, we don't need one.
Yeah.
Which, if we tell people we have an intermission, we probably need to stick to it. Because I told Pat there was going to be an intermission, and then we never did one.
I feel like we should.
Eric,
just
should we
stop.
call this a wrap?
I don't even think he's watching anymore.
Are you done with us?
No, he's still watching.
Oh, yeah. He's not typing anymore because I showed him up.
Okay.
He might be sleeping. He might have left it on. He said I didn't. I don't know about that.
Should we call it a wrap and end it, or should we take a 30?
It would be like 30 seconds. It'd be like 30 people.
30 minutes, or wrap it up?
Like a 5-minute.
Oh, I know I'm right. Thank you very much. I rode with PD units. You've been inside the jail. I haven't. I've seen the outside. He says that to you because he's not here.
You just want to end it. Call it
We should probably just end it because we're kind of
I'm
done.
going to.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for the night.
I can. From right here.
Alrighty.
All right. See you guys later.
We'll be back
Oh
on
my
Saturday.
Saturday live. Night.
And
Sorry.